please, oh my goodness, please go pour your glass of wine, some tea, all that good stuff. Last week we had the amazing Dr. Bishan. It was just amazing. It was a great interview, and he is a doctor, and I was so grateful because in my prayers I always say, "Give me wisdom," wisdom to sing the song, wisdom to wisdom just to be better and to know what to do. So I'm gonna turn my phone off. I'm not that popular, but hey, this might be one of those days. So I'm turning everything off. So yeah, last week we talked about Deshaun. Oh, excuse me, Doctor Bishan. Excuse me, I'm just giving him a name. And it was great. And then we were going to discuss Anita O'Day, so we'll do that today. Yes, and we're going to also discuss some of the things that's going on in the city. I'm getting my little stuff together. It's like my own little office. And let me tell you, I love my home so much. I really do. But the Kings, men, they need places, they need their space to think. And they just forget that. I guess I didn't do that, huh? So let's see. We'll put it on airplane mode. So, welcome to the Preservation of Jazz Hour live streaming here on Wjzz Cool TV. Like, subscribe, join, share, all the stuff to, keep people coming to Wjzz Cool TV. One of my favorite, I can't say that because any social media platform that allows us to be us and spread the news I like. So I can't say my favorite one because, as long as it's positive, then that's what we want. I did notice that Facebook is on trial for some things. So, don't get too personal and get back to writing love letters and get back to writing songs on paper and score sheets because it's a whole nother world out there, and people are into voyeurism. So everybody wants to know what you're doing. Now, this is the funny thing about being a jazz artist on this flip side. So I'm a my the preservation of jazz is, well, they're having a party next door. Oh. The preservation of jazz hour. That was so like, yeah. The preservation of jazz hour is a perspective from a jazz musician, a living, breathing jazz musician. So listen to this. Always, it's coming from that point of view. So I don't want you to be alarmed, but everything that I'm discussing, or my my outlook on life and my outlook on music, is coming from me actually living this whole jazz world scene, vibe, energy, spirit, all of that. So I never really explained that enough. That's pretty much the the place that I'm coming from. So I also want to give a shout out. I I gotta find another word. I also would like to show some love to our engineers, Derek, to our CEO and President, um, Roger Penzabene Jr., and our Vice President, and I want to make sure that I'm saying that right, but Vito, Vito Pizzabene Jr. Thank you for all your hard work, and thank you for like just having our back. I'm just so grateful. So let's get into it. The preservation of jazz is continuing our flight, our journey, our travels to keep the jazz afloat. And we're just one entity. We're a sand. We're a sand, just a little sand pebble, because there is a plethora of artists, humanitarians, philanthropists, producers, mentors, peers that's also wanting the same thing. We want you to know that jazz is not dead, nor has it ever been dead. Jazz has saved lives. Jazz has been the backdrop to some of the most amazing parts of people's lives. And I just wanted to use and have a platform that I can be the most sincerest, and I can be the most that this is something that I know. Okay, I know jazz, so yeah, I'm just so grateful. I did for the first time. Well, not for the first time, but I posted something on my Facebook page too, and I got such a great response. But we all go through things, and you know, the smile, I believe, was created for us to disguise disguise the pain, because sometimes it can be very very difficult to be a leader and to uh, be in pain or be needy, which we all need each other. But I look at being a jazz musician and a jazz vocalist and a jazz poet as a therapeutic thing, as a therapeutic way of dealing with situations. So, you know, having Dr. Vishon on last week was just everything to me, and he got me, and I got him, and so go to www.drvshine.com and just, you know, show this man, this king, some love, because he truly deserves it. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of an update. uh, so Christian, let's see here, Christian French at the shelter, I think this is past. I think we're all done with the 26th. This is stuff. This was the stuff for last week, but we had got in such a deep conversation. So I do know off the back that Scott Grinnell is doing some concerts October 5th. I do know that which I'm trying to hold on, but I'm just going to use my phone for reference. Right now, my main vein is I want to give love to Ted Neji for his support, and I'm so grateful. But we're gonna our references is gonna come from the Detroit Rita's Jazz Cafe Detroit, and where else? And Gwen Fox is tonight. Go check that out. Go check Gwen Fox out. Um, she's actually going to be, yeah, she's actually going to be performing tonight, so she won't be there, but she's going to pop in later. And I just want to say congratulations for the Detroit People's Award. I just want to make sure that I'm doing saying all this right. So we're just gonna hang out. So let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. So let's see here. Let's give a shout out for to Walter Miller. Let's Olivia Van Gore. We're gonna have her on the show. Hershey bars officially released. Her first single ever, and she can't wait to share even more. But for now, enjoy some chocolate and bebop alone. Musicians at, okay? So you have William Marshall Bennett. Check these guys out. Okay, and we'll have her on the show. Okay, so if you are a jazz, well, of course you're a jazz fan. Check out the beautiful Olivia Van Gore. Okay, so let's continue to go down to let's scroll down our my because you know all of my page is all amazing jazz cats. So new album is done, released 10/29/21. Celeon Poole and James Shelton and others. New album is done, release date 10/29/21. Okay, congratulations. All right. So we're just going down. Josh Ford. We just want to also give a wonderful shout out to Josh Ford. And on our first, I recorded my first CD, the Club Crescendo Volume 3. We recorded it at the Motortown Sound Shop. And it was just such a wonderful thing. Gene Dunlap on drums, John Douglas on trumpet, Ibrahim Jones on upright bass, Jimmy Blues on piano, and I think that, and then Josh was out doing all of our engineering. The CD is great, and the CD is still on sale. And the CD is it's just one of those wonderful things. And we won the Detroit Music Awards. Surprisingly so, we won the Detroit Music Awards on that CD. So I just want to make sure that we all are just giving them some love. And so I'm scrolling down because I have all my jazz cats on my page. So tonight also, poetry at the Toriano. Caesar Toriano is doing a poetry set every Wednesday night. So make sure you check that out because jazz is poetry. All right. Here's another announcement. It's official. Come jam with the kid and my dope fly friends on Phil Hale on keys, Richland Small on guitar and horn, Paul Stewart on bass, and my love and his lovely host, vocalist Miss BB, this Thursday. Ooh, you have to choose. Man, it's so much going on Thursday, but the best thing is we have like kind of a different audience. So yes, I'm gonna share that. Toriano Rashawn Harrison. Tonight is going down. Lyrics and Libations open mic series at the Raw space from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Okay, so check that out, you all. Congratulations to Brandon Williams on your success. Gwen Fox. Remember who's at, well, she has a special guest tonight, but who's at on Wednesday nights at it's called Gwen's Fox Wednesdays. So you want to definitely do that after hearing or on the way there. Okay. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you all. So now I'm going to go to the Detroit Jazz Heads. And congratulations, 6,000 and so. So we have Arlen's Good Beer excited to host a new pop-up kitchen that has nothing to do with jazz, but I'm sure she'll fix that. Okay, this Friday at Tenacity in Flint, Stephen and Caden Plummer of Third Coast Swing will be driving a cool bus out of the Ludington to play Jallo tunes and more from 8 to 11. It's at the Third Coast. All right. And I just want to, our dear friend Marion Hayden, Gaylen McKinney, and the beautiful Regina Carter, Women in Jazz, will be performing at the Oakland University. Ooh, on the same day. Oh my goodness. Well, that's okay. That's okay. And Marion will be giving a clinic coaching session October 2nd via Zoom. All high school students who are studying jazz are welcome to attend. Please see the flyer to get the info on how to set up the Women of Jazz. That's exactly what we need. So now we have Angela Colin. Thank you, Angela, because she is the maker of the Detroit Jazz Heads. And thank you for all the wonderful support that you give us, Angela. And so we're going to, when I do my show, I'm going to always go to Detroit Jazz Heads. Okay. So we have Sounds of Soul at Avalon Village featuring Lance Dizelle Gully. 2 days. Tickets are on sale now for $20 using the link below. Tickets are $30 at the door. Looking forward to sharing with y'all. That's what he said. Malik Austin, The Jazz Diaries. Unbelievably so talented. I'm going to do a show with him. The Spirit has already called me to do that. So check that out, you all. All right, Tommy Garrett. You all heard of Tommy Garrett. Hey, Detroit, haven't seen you in a while. Check out Tommy Garrett Jazz on YouTube. Hashtag Tommy Garrett Jazz. Check him out, y'all. So bravo to the Jazz Fest. It was unbelievable. It was virtual this year. And, I mean, they should keep it. They should keep virtual outside of jazz. And our condolences to 79-year-old Lonnie Smith. Our condolences. A great teacher, a great musician, a great man, mentor, godfather. Also, our condolences to Melvin Van People, who also passed. Um, there is no words when we lose a musician that when we lose a musician. There's no words that can convey of the loss. But the only thing that I can rectify or overstand or come to know is that just like birth, we do have a timeline. The only thing, death is a little mysterious, and that's why we have jazz. So while we're waiting for our time to come, that at least we have some great spiritual entertainment. Okay? All right. So I'm scrolling down again. Thank you, Angela. Gaylen, you know. Yes, we are definitely saddened to learn the passing of our mentor, of Gerard Gill's mentor, Dr. Lonnie Smith. So it is 6:21, and we are so grateful that the preservation of jazz is brewing, and it's so much going on. Now we just want to pray for those that we have lost, and we want to pray for a lot of the musicians that we have lost, and we also want to pray for their wives and their children. So we also want you to understand, because I am doing this as a musician. I do this show as a musician, that I want our musicians and our musician wives and everybody to know that there is a thing called life insurance, and we have to have the conversation. So, please don't be afraid to entertain life insurance, because I tell you, you don't want to go to do GoFundMe. Um, the main people that now, this is the thing. If you have to do a GoFundMe, do that. But it's many of us right now that are living, and we have a chance. We have a chance to do it the right way. Please exercise um, life insurance. It's okay, you know. We have a lot of our jazz people. They're up in age. Our jazz mentors. They're up in age. My and I have not reached out, but to the writer family, I love you so much. It's just, I know it's hard for you, so I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to call tonight. I'm not even going to make no excuses or anything, but it is very hard to play with someone for so many years and then see them sick. But that is how life goes. But how we heal ourselves is to listen to the music, smell the roses, and just prepare for things that may happen. Okay. So yeah, we were talking about Anita O'Day, but let's get into the Satin Down review for tomorrow. And if you are listening in, and I hope you are listening in, the Satin Down review is tomorrow, and it's going to be such a great show, and I hope that you will definitely be there to watch it. So I'm going to help a little bit. I'm definitely going to help a little bit, because we need your support. So, uh, again, welcome to the Preservation of Jazz Hour with your hostess, Sky Covington, on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Like, follow, share, comment, call in at 313-355-6018. And let me tell you, when you call in, say something immediately. That's all. And again, the Preservation of Jazz Hour on what? WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. So tomorrow at the Jazz Cafe, we are performing. We are performing the Satin Down Review. I am so extremely grateful for this event. This event is something that I've dreamed about for many, 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 many years. But it's here and it's coming. And it's tomorrow at the doors open at 7, and the show starts at 8:15. So, please, 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 pretty please, go ahead and buy your ticket. We only have a few tickets left, uh, and you have to pay at the door. But we already have a full house. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. We already have a full house, so yes, please join in. So tonight, COVID is getting the best of us. So tonight we were supposed to have poems for you by yours by Zoe Alonzo Gross. Okay, I mean it's this poetry book is so vivid and so imaginative and so strong and just so beautiful. So going by yours, let's see. A bridge to mine heart. O sacred one, here is my voice, for I am scared, my heart. Tears like vacant sun, my eyes are drenched and moist. O beautiful one, sendeth the winds my way as I am standing in the gallows and the shallows I lay. O marvelous one, is thou hearing me? I am entrenched in this dreaded so poacher of tyranny. Man, oh man, I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it, but it's okay. So poacher of tyranny, but at last, for thou hast laid thine hands upon my soul, cast then forth from my eyes, removed the heavy sands I thought would have forever last. For thou did showest I the end of my eternal lying. I know why there is reason for my eternal sighing. For that was for thou to start. In heaven thou art. Something never torn apart, a bridge to my heart. Oh, 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 a bridge to my heart, a bridge to my heart, a bridge to my heart. Oh, poems for you and yours. So, yes, we're going to have a conversation, but unfortunately, Mr. Gross was, excuse me, Mr. Gross has been ill with COVID, and so he cannot make it tonight. But we still wanted you to know that there are some great jazz poets out here, and they're doing a great job, and they need you. We need you. And so we're going to read some more poetry. And so let's get back to uh, the conversation of the jazz, the Satin Dow Review. So the Satin Dow Review was created by yours truly. I had been doing the Billie Holiday tribute for 20 years, and I just was lonely on the stage. Then I started doing the Nina Simone review, and I realized that the Nina Simone review, I drank too much, I smoked too much, and I ate too much, and to I needed too much energy to actually do Nina Simone. So I stopped doing Nina Simone because Nina, when you're doing tribute music, you have to kind of morph yourself into that. It's like biopics and that sort of thing. So the Nina Simone for me, it was too much. Uh, I don't know if it's because Billie Holiday and I are born a day apart that it was just a simpler task for me. And I do want simple. It's okay. I don't want to do things that's difficult and out of my realm because I don't want to. I still have to go home and be a wife and a mother and a grandmother and all that. So I have to pick my fights. But then there's a beautiful sister, Faye Bradford, who really wanted to work with me, and I didn't really have too much. I didn't know where I could fit her or what I could do, and but I had always had uh, this dream to do tribute shows. So the tribute show that I was going to do was Billie Holiday. Was it Billie Holiday, Nina Simone, Dionne Warwick, and Grace Jones. Yeah, I was going to try to attempt to do that, but my spirit, that would have, I mean, that would have just totally drained me. I probably wouldn't. I mean, to take on that type of, you know, I can pretend and I'm a great actress, but that would have been just pushing things. So I just put it on the shelf, and then I had another idea, and initially I put on the Satin Doll review. So the Satin Doll review, the first before COVID was Deanna Whedon, Nina Simone, and myself, and it grew. I added I added Nina Simone, so it was Deanna, Nina, Billy, and Nina. Oh, well, yeah, Dinah, and then so we also had to, so we changed it again, and so now it's Etta James, Nina Simone, Dinah Washington, and Billie Holiday. It's going to be at the Jazz Cafe. Let me tell you this. This is so, it's real. The energy that's coming from this show is so real. It's so, it's it's yeah. So what's happening now is we are going to have a special guest. Our narrator, she's going to be calling in anytime right now. So yeah, we're going to have her on the show. But again, I just want everyone to remember this brother here. I'm calling him our jazz poet. Poems for You and Yours by Zoe Alonso Gross. So beautiful. Okay. So at any time, we're going to have our beautiful narrator come on, and then we'll talk some more about tomorrow. But again, good evening, jazz lovers. Welcome to the Preservation of Jazz Hour, live streaming on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You can find us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and a lot of the social media platforms.
Hello.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi, my sister Queen Sky. How are you?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, jazz cats and jazz kitties, and all the men in the doghouse that like jazz and all that good stuff. We have the beautiful Lady Love on the line, and she is playing one of the most important parts of our show. She's our narrator and hostess. So she's going to walk you through this very amazing performance. So, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
So let's get right into it. So, how are you today? How are you feeling about tomorrow?
Well, how I'm doing today, I am doing remarkable. I've gotten some excellent news that I'm going to share with you very soon.
Oh, excellent.
But I'm on a very very high, and I'm very excited. Um, the show, I am feeling very confident. I am feeling just inspired, and I am in awe of all of what we're doing. Just going into the legacies of the beautiful black queen women that have inspired us to be our best and being jazz greats. Not only were they jazz greats, but they have a journey, and just to be a part of that journey with you, because you put this piece so effortlessly together, and I'm honored to be a part of the piece, to be able to share it and express it to the world. So I'm excited. I'm honored, and I thank you, Sister Queen Sky.
Oh, well, no, thank you, and the honor is ours. So coming on to the show and just how it all manifested. and looking at the script and everything. So, what is your idea of I want to ask him some a question of how do you feel that jazz can jazz save us? How do you feel that we're revisiting these different stories? And so what's your take on what jazz can do for our survival or our outlook right now? Do you think that there's a chance?
Oh, I most definitely think there's a chance. Jazz is, to me, jazz is soul.
Yeah.
Um, our experience in our lives is based on our walk.
Yeah.
And for us to be able to murmur, for us
Mhm.
to be able
Oh,
to
murmur.
sing, for us
Mhm.
to be able to walk, for us to be able to have a voice,
Mhm.
jazz put those pieces together for us.
I know
And
what
that
you said.
piece became one body. And if we can continue to express ourselves in a jazz like manner and not just keeping us bound to one way, just being able to allow us to be ourselves and express, it will help other people to be able to be themselves and express. You know, there's a stigma and there's a heavy fear that is
Mhm.
placed in everyone's life that says you can't be you, you have to be this.
Mhm.
And people get stuck there.
Right.
But jazz allows us to get out of that, and we can cat claw our way out. And we can scream and cry our way out.
Mhm.
We could do our shabby doo das, and we could do our screaming and cries. Not only that, but we can harmonize in our jazz tunes. Jazz is soul. So yes, I believe that jazz can save us. We just have to allow jazz to do that.
Mm. That's so that did you hear that? We just have to allow things to happen, and I'm learning that so much. So what would you describe the music that you typically create? Like what is your genres? And I know we asked a lot of these questions last week, but we have some new listeners, and I just wanted to um dig a little deeper into what we talked about from what we talked about last week.
Now, digging in deep, and I love that question. That's a great question posed. My music, I have never put a stamp on it because
Okay.
one day I may say, okay, I want to do a tribute to Father, but I also want to say why I'm doing this, but cry out in another way, but then, move it into a pop song or in this mode and moment, I may
Mhm.
scream out loud. So it's like, what do I categorize that? How do I categorize that? I may want to go into um, some scatting like Ella, but then move it into a pop funk R&B soul
Mm.
like Anita.
Mm. Yeah.
It just depends on what shows up. And I love the character that you play, Billie Holiday,
Mhm.
in this amazing masterpiece that has been created and put together so greatly. Billie Holiday says, whatever comes out, that's what I do.
Mm.
And so if it forms into jazz, if that's how we categorize it, then let it be a jazz great. But mine is just I am who I am, and I'm sent to be who I am. So whatever sound comes out, that's just what it's going to be. So I'm really learning me, and I'm very open to to mentors to teach me where I am. Um, but where I am where I am, and whatever sound comes, that's what comes.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing too. I do a thing with my granddaughters and even my stepchildren. I always had paint and canvases available in the house. And when the canvases and paint and everything, we always had a plethora of paint everywhere, but sometimes we ran out of canvas, so we would just look around the house and see what we could paint on. And um and I was amazed at how now they're all of age, and 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 they have their own language. They definitely have their own language. So, who would you most like to collaborate with these days?
Who would I like to collaborate with?
Yeah.
I would love to collaborate with the great Sky Covington.
You.
Oh my God, Sky, I've known you for over 10 years,
Uh-huh.
and my twin and I would come and visit you where you would go, Harbor House, you name it, you were there, and we would come, and I was always in awe of your sultry, and I said, I would love to just collaborate with the Sky Covington.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
yes,
We got to
oh,
make that. That's
absolutely,
so
and
easy.
remarkably, yes.
That's so easy. You wasn't like like you didn't say like Beethoven. I'm like, we could. That's doable. That is so doable. Well, and
Girl, we got to keep it where we can go right now.
right, but that's one of the things that I remember. We did the Hug Detroit Day, and I was and I did I said, well, what do you want to do? You told me what you wanted to do, and I and I was telling my family because you were in the picture with my family, and nobody even like your energy was so even with my family that they didn't even ask who you were. It was like nobody was like shocked that you were in the picture. If you noticed, it was like it's just one of the pictures, and you being on this in this production, and pretty much I always wanted the narrator to be not like me, but better than me in communication, because I tend to listen to my third, fourth, well, I listen to my second, third, and fourth voice because I want to always have so much compassion that sometimes if it's not scripted, I just I have a lot to deal with just wanting to make people comfortable,
Mhm.
and so me relinquishing that script wasn't difficult at all. Relinquishing it to you because you have I admire you. I admire you as a woman. How you I admire your family. How you raise your children, your sister. I've always admired you, and you always inspired me. And then when I met your mom, and then when you told me about your father, and I was just saying it's just heaven sent, because what you're about to embark on, many people would. I had one young lady and I love her dearly, but I just put too much on her, and sometimes because I didn't study her, I wanted her to live out her dreams so fast that I just gave it to her, but I gave her meat before the milk, and maybe I should call her and apologize for that. But you, on the other hand, I'm like you ready for one of those T-bone. I don't the best steak, and my sister, fiance, does this steak, and it's so good, and it's like one of
Oh,
those like Flintstone. I don't even know the name of it right now, but it's a really good steak. And it's huge, and it comes on a huge bone, and it's one of the best steaks.
oh,
Where that's what you are to me. Like you're like
oh.
you're a hearty meat. You have a lot to give. You're used to being the middle person, communicating, with the job that you have outside of music, communicating and making people understand both sides. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, you are just so. That's why I love you. I don't care right now. I'm really gonna tell you how much I love you.
I love you too, Queen.
You are so in my vein. Do you hear me? Well, yes, ma'am. Okay. So I'm an assistant director currently at the Ascension Macomb Hospital and also
Yeah.
Ascension Oakland Hospital.
Okay.
Um, the Macomb Hospital is on 12 and Hoover. The Oakland Hospital is on DeQuinder and 11 Mile. We are overseeing the patient transport and patient safety attendant accounts not only just in the Metro Detroit and metropolitan Detroit area, but we are touch point is all over the world. We're opening accounts all over the world. And it's an honor to be able to be a part of that. And I started this journey about 4 years ago. And when I said yes, and they gave me a badge, and I walked into Ross Hospital on Mac in
Yeah.
'94, I said, "Y'all gave me a badge. I don't even think you all know who you gave this badge to."
They
I
knew.
said, "They gave me a badge."
They knew. They knew.
I said, I said, guess what? Guess what I'm gonna do with this badge? Because I started as a patient safety attendant, and I actually got the job on Craigslist. Do you hear me? I
Really?
found this
See?
job on. Yes, as a patient safety attendant, I found it on Craigslist. They had just opened this account, and when I got the job, I came through. The nurses loved me. They said, "You do more than this. You got to do more." I said,
Yeah.
"I'm very glad that you saw that and you asked because I do." And from that point on, I became a supervisor, I became a manager, and all this happened within a year. I got two positions
Oh,
within a
that's
year.
awesome.
And then I moved to become an assistant director in 2019, and it started in 2017. So I went to three positions within 2 years, and I'm moving into becoming a director of my accounts very soon. But just that's just it's just when God, y'all gonna have me get up and run down this street.
Yes, that's
When
okay.
God
Yes.
places you where you're supposed to be and you say yes, it doesn't take too long. God doesn't move too long. You stagnate yourself not making a decision. But when you say yes and you allow God to mold and make you, so
Yeah.
many things start to show up left and right.
Yes. And
And
not
that's
being
just been my
afraid.
journey. And
Yes.
and I appreciate you for acknowledging me and asking me to tell just a piece of my story with the world.
Yes. Well, this is the thing. It all your favor, let it be whatever arena that you're in, it all has to be affiliated. And so I just want to say again, you are watching the Preservation of Jazz Hour with yours truly, Sky Covington, on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Please, everyone, I really want to make this show a show where I can support, we can fundraise, we can sponsor, we can do so much for the jazz community. This is the Preservation of Jazz Hour, and my intent as a jazz musician is to preserve the legacy of jazz. And so, right now, we have the beautiful Lady Love on the line, and she's the narrator and the hostess of our fantastic production tomorrow night, the Satin Down Review, a tribute and a musical of Dinah Washington, Nina Simone, Etta James, and Billie Holiday. And I tell you, um, I'm so grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for Derek and all the guys, Vito, Roger, and I'm just grateful to have one of my someone that's inspired me again, the beautiful Lady Love. So Lady Love, she has. I'm telling you, Lady Love is, I have to also say too, you gonna have to do a few costume changes. So I have some surprises for you that discuss after the show. But if you want to see a great show, the Jazz Cafe seats about 99, maybe 102. We're pushing it at 102. So we are going to after those tickets are sold, and only when they are sold, we're going to I'm going to talk about it tonight. We're going to talk about with Ted that we will have a live stream, and the live stream will be invitation only. So because we can't do a live stream for everyone because there is musicians involved, and there's costs and that sort of thing. And I'm so grateful to be able to even pay and work with some of my best musicians, and have some of the best musicians in the world. So I will discuss that. And if you are interested in purchasing a ticket, or talking about the live stream, please give me a call at 248-383-3385. We have about 4 minutes of our show left. So again, you are listening to yours truly, Cy Covington, and our special guest, the beautiful Lady Love, who's going to be the narrator and hostess of tomorrow night's show. And she's also a singer. She's a mom. She's a daughter. She's also a twin, and she's a community activist. She's beautiful. She has a beautiful heart, and she smells good because she came over to my house, and I don't know what you had on that day, but it lingered. And I'm glad I'm not a jealous woman because we all, my brother, my husband, and myself, we just enjoyed that scent that you left behind. It was just a beautiful. It was so beautiful and airy and wonderful. So I want to tell you that.
Thank you, Sister Queen. Thank you for having me and inviting me in your beautiful home. Honey, you guys, she has everything just laid out so gorgeous. I can't even go into it, but she has the set, everything was just ready. I said she is ready,
I
okay?
kept telling her, "Oh, please excuse me, please excuse us." But we're going to utilize these 3 minutes with something that you want to share. What do you want to share with our viewers and our listeners?
You know what I want to share? Just to have an opportunity to share with the world. I just want to tell you all how amazing that you are. Stay amazing and be courageous in who you are and where you stand. Don't allow the outside to dictate your results.
Yeah.
You be the result and let your light shine so others can see and they can be a result for others too. Never be afraid of who you are. Never be afraid of what God gave you because it's only and always available only for you. You are one soul and you're the only one that's been created. Let today be the first day of the rest of your lives. And I send you all in peace and I pray your strength for the rest of your days. That's all I have for today. Your Lady Love, registered. Thank you.
Right, registered. I like that, registered, and I love you. And so also, please go to Aretha's Jazz Cafe, uh, the website, jazzcafe.com, and you can purchase your tickets. Also, we're going to have an encore show. If you missed this one, we're just waiting for the date. And by chance that you missed the show, just keep us in your prayers, and we will definitely get that second show to you. The tickets are almost gone. This show, a lot of us, the late great State Rep Isaac Robinson brought a lot of our viewers to the show, and with his passing, this show was going to be bittersweet because we so wanted Robinson to be here. He was the person that catapulted and helped me uh, become just a greater humanitarian in the city. And we have 1 minute to go. I love you all. Again, you're listening to Lady Love. The Tune in tomorrow or come by tomorrow at the Jazz Cafe and the Music Hall, the Aretha's Jazz Cafe and the Music Hall. And good night. I love you. Mwah. I love you, Queen.
Good night. We love you too.
All right. So you heard it first. You all know what to do. Go purchase your ticket. Give me a call if you have any questions about the live streaming at 248-383-3385. Hey, Ted. Ted, thank you. I love you, Ted. I sent my thank you note early this morning. Elijah, uh, Debbie, Nisha, I love you all. Thank you for tuning in, and we love you. And good night. Ta.